Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Super Mario, every time I do that, Super Luigi Galaxy 2. This episode we're going to be cleaning up another dome, the entire rest of the bedroom. Have I ever shown that before? What happens if you have I ever shown that before? What happens if you fall off? Well, if I haven't, there it is. So, as you can probably tell, well, I said we're cleaning off the bedroom, so that tells you we're definitely going to be spending a fair bit of time in the bedroom. Are we doing anything that isn't it? Oh, we are doing a few that aren't in the bedroom today. But we are going to begin with the Dusty June Galaxy. And it's time for a secret. This one is potentially very infuriating. It's not difficult as such. I don't rank it among my hard missions, but I just rank it among the low-level mingy missions. So, we start on Sunbaked Sandcastle, and I suppose I will have had the speeder on at the moment. So, we speed over to what I call the Sand Tide planet, where there's kind of sand going in and out, and wait until low tide there. So here's what we're looking for. At the lowest tide, there's a stump here. If we ground pound on the stump, then we get one of these trails of note coins. There's a few... Oh, bloody hell. I guess I need to be further out before that was going to work. You kind of have to keep pace with the rising planet here, otherwise, as you can see, they start sinking into the ground. There we go. Relatively straightforward. And that unlocks the way to the secret, which is called Bullet Bill on Your Back, and it's probably the game's most infuriating, for me at least, implementation of the bullet bill chasing mechanics. So, as you can see, there's a bill blaster in the middle, and there's these sandcastle buttons here, which, as you know, kind of raise and lower the land you're on. Wait until a bullet bill fires. Come on. There we go. Then ground pound on it. The bullet bill will start following you. You now need to keep it following you as the whole thing raises up. Once it raises up, there'll be a cage down here, which will have the star on it. Unfortunately, also brings with it a whole heap of bastardry. Is that the one with the star on? No, that's not. Bugger. Okay, the star is over here. We are in a good position for it. Yeah, it brings all those buggers with it. But that should be it. Whew. That's actually quite nice. You can't... I didn't... when I was practicing this, it took me considerably longer than the first try to get it. If you cock up, so that one over there has got star bits in it. This one's quite useful. It's got rainbow star, which you can actually use to kill the dry bones. The longer this one takes, the longer it takes, because the dry bones spread out more and become more of a problem. The reset time on it is really long. You have to ground pound on this, wait for it to go all the way around, and then swap to the other side. Unless you are Luigi, where you can actually do a little trick where you backflip up off this wall, and using that, you can actually get the bullet bill to see you from all the way up there. But it's not easy to do. Anyway, I'm going to bring this back down, because I need to get the star from the top. Oh! Do you know what I mean? Like, the more these guys are around the place, it gets not nastier. Well, yes, nastier, but what I meant to say was messier. Anyway, with that done, we have grabbed our first star of the episode. How many am I doing this episode? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 more. Right, let's head to the Freeze Flame Galaxy, where a purple comet is in orbit. So, this entire mission takes place on the frozen peak of Baron Burr, except Baron Burr is not present. No, he said pleasant. He's also not pleasant. But, yes, so this is another one of the free roam ones. And once again, I really like the free roam ones. Were it not for... Oh, right, let's start off with this shit. These two bloody ones hiding under here in the slide can give you so much shit, so I'm going to get them straight the fuck off to avoid any problems. But yeah, I really like these exploring, like, free roamy ones, were it not for the purple vignette on the edge of the screen, which just makes it feel a bit wrong somehow. But hey, they're kind of relaxing. So, I'm gonna, first things first, put the old speeder on, and I'm gonna gather, apparently, according to my own notes that I made a while ago, 24 coins down here. I make notes when so I practice through this and make notes, and then, what's the word? Then follow those notes, there we go. But, usually I try to do that, what, a week or two before? Like, normally about a week before I record it. Just because otherwise I tend to kind of think too much about what I'm going to say, and I don't really want to do that. I want it to still be kind of improvised. Unfortunately, this one was recorded, well, the practice I did quite some time ago, so my notes don't necessarily make sense to me, so this should be a fun one to interpret. As you can see, that one there is not very easy to get exactly. There's some high up ones there which are relatively easy to accidentally miss. Anyway, with that done, we now need to gather another ice flower, because, yeah, there's, as you can imagine, a lot of ice flower in this one. No fire. There's really not much flame. Actually, there are 2 missions of flame in the Freeze Flame Galaxy, so that's fair enough. One up here, and then this Sling Star, which takes us up to the Secret Ice Slide. Another 2 coins there, and another 2 there, and that's it. The live stream is probably helpful. Take a 1 up as well. And time to get another ice room, because now with 29 we've got everything we need on this level. So now time to head up to the second level. So I'm kind of progressing in a very logical manner here, as you can see, just largely speaking towards the top. So don't want to go up to the right for now, or do I? No, we'll leave it for now. So I've got another 56 to collect up here. So, well, no, up to 56, as in it's 56 total. So I will, put the speeder on. I said ow, but I was going to be on the speeder then. The ow was in response to the frosty pool, which will probably have been a while ago for you guys. Time is weird. These three here can be a real bastard to get, because you don't really see them until you literally approach up close to them. There's some down there, as you can see, but I'm not going there yet by design. So, I've got the 56 I needed, so now we head up here to the... Oh, balls. Well, I need an ice flyer before doing that maneuver, clearly. Cut rather than speeder there. There we go. Now, more coins to gather up here. So this is where we fought Baron Burr, but he is not here. But what is here is up to 79 purple coins. Look at that! My notes are spot on. Now, if you remember back down on the second level, I said there was a bit we aren't going to do until later, and now is later. Oh, bugger, I was hoping to bounce, did a sweet ice gliding maneuver off there, but I did not do that. Got this little slot here where we drop down for a grand total of 1 purple coin, and a sling star, which takes us nicely straight back up. Now what we need to do here is continue as if we're going to the summit. I say as if we're going to the summit. We are going to the summit. Because remember, we did this for the secret that was called Scaling the Summit, and all the remaining ones we need are along this pathway somewhere. So I'm just going to hoover those up with the speeder on, and then there we go, that should be it. So by this point, the final snowman, you should have 90 coins. This is kind of one of the main reasons I plan these ones out by kind of area so much, as I'm kind of doing first level, second level, third levels. It gives me these like checkpoints where I can know by this point you should have that many, this point that many, and I think that's really useful. Because these ones are so hard without it, because it's just like, it's really easy to miss a coin, and having to go back and find one is so problematic. So whereas it's like, gather everything you can here, leave when you've got this many coins and you should be fine. Now this is one that always trips people up. Get to the top here, and you've got 98 coins. Looks like you should be done, but you're not. We are right on the summit, and if we want a bit of advice, well, the camera's giving us some advice, we can talk to Captain Toad as well.
The summit! It is always the pure essence of challenge that burns an adventurous heart. Leaping from here will take all your boldness you possess, so you better make sure it's a long jump.
Hint, hint. Leap of faith! Now, this is quite hard to maneuver. Tease it, tease it, tease it. Nailed it. One there, and one final jump down to our 100th coin. I do quite like that ending here. And you'll notice I quite nicely did it as well, so that you kind of work entirely from your way up. In some ways, that's potentially not a great idea, because the end part is really difficult. On the summit, you can die more easily, so you potentially want to get the harder bits out of the way first, and then come down and do the easy bits. But I didn't. Anyway, let's head now to the engine room, and up to the Gold Leaf Galaxy. We're going to do a secret star on mission number 2. So, this episode, well, this secret mission is called The Bell on the Big Tree. To get to it is quite easy. All we do is come around to the back of the big tree, and you will see there is a bubble machine here. And we can kind of use the bubble blast mechanic here. What we want to do is go up, and so this is the big tree, so if we go up a little bit, we will find the bell. So you ring it, as you saw with the cursor, and then you basically need to get all of these. Terrible tempo there, but that's as straightforward as it is as one of the easiest secret stars in the game. And actually, oh, that was amazing, the bubble. I didn't even have to push anything. It delivered us straight to the goal. Wonderful. Let's head back to the bedroom now for our final star in the bedroom, which is the purple coins of Dusty Dune Galaxy. So, this is a strange one. Purple coins in the desert. As you can see, it takes place in the end of Sunbaked Sandcastle, but it's a slightly strange version of it. And this one always confuses me, because this is technically a free-roaming one. I always think it should be timed, but I guess I think of Sandblast Speedrun is what I think of in that one, which takes you through this area as well, so it's not Sunbaked Sandcastle, it's blasting through the sand. I always get the names confused in this one. But this area, as you'll notice, is quite different. Because it's a much harder version. You've got thwomps and shit around. You've got desert winds, if you remember. You jump into them, and you spin, and you'll kind of take off. This is quite a hard one in the sense of you are quite mortal on it. It's relatively easy to die. So, like there, for example, don't take any chances. Just grab what few coins you can, and don't be afraid of taking multiple attempts at it, because then it's safer that way, really, rather than doing dumb shit, especially for these ones that are floating out in the middle. Yeah, I always have that this is timed, but it's not. Oh. The Dusty Dune Galaxy, I'm going to reflect at this point, because it's probably been a shorter episode. I've only got 2 more relatively short stars to do after this one, so... Yeah, the Dusty Dune Galaxy is an odd one in that it feels... It feels like we're here quite a lot, but that's not a bad thing, because it's a really varied galaxy. Like, every mission is quite different. It's one of those ones like the Space Junk Galaxy, or... Well, not necessarily the Space Junk Galaxy. What one am I thinking of? There's certainly a couple of them, basically. Toy Time is the other one I was thinking of, actually, where... Basically, every time you visit the Toy Time Galaxy, other than literally the starting train platform, you go somewhere different. And this is kind of like that every time you're in the Dusty Dune Galaxy, tends to be relatively different, because you've got blasting through the sand, you've got Sunbaked Sand Castle, and you've got the other one, which I can't remember. But then you've got the Green Star, the Secret in the Pyramid thing, you've got a bullet bill on your back, which means I'll have to have updated the visualizer again, by the way. Turns out when I was writing this, well, planning the visualizer at least, I thought, or I didn't realise necessarily that the Green Star ones are just normal missions, are additional missions. So I had the 2 that are in Prime Galaxies, which are this one and the Luigi Under the Saucer in the Battle Rock Galaxy. I had both of them down as being that galaxy's secret star, but of course they're not there in addition to it. I should have probably noticed that from the Boy Base one, which is a one-shot that also has a green star, and I should have known that they are not unique in that way. Well, this is problematic. I've missed a coin somewhere, because my notes say upon this point... Oh, no, I was right. It says I should have 49 at this point, but I only have 48. I'm going to just check I haven't missed one. Well, that's a god-awful camera angle. I don't know how that helps me at all. I'm just going to have to hope that when I said 49, I meant including this one here. It says 49 on emergence from first hole. This is why it's often good to actually do my practicing after. Do my Let's Play not too long after the practice, otherwise I have no idea what my notes refer to, which is problematic. Should be able to gather all of those in one. Wonderful. These ones, so for these ones we need to hit the button on the other side, but this one I can at least gather now, because that makes things a little easier later on. Let's grab those 2, bugger. Oh, it's really scary, this one, just because it's one touch of that sand and you're dead. And so it can just be... There's a lot of potential for losing progress in this one. That's it all. I'm losing it. I'm getting the fear. I'm falling apart. Right, let's slam there. 66. We're over halfway. That's pretty good. Not too shabby. Right, ooh, let's... Did I get that one down there? I did get that one down there. This thing really reminds me of, what's it called? Is it Spin Bros? Yeah, Spin Bros, like the first Bros move you get, or one of the first pair of Bros moves you get in Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. See, I was thinking about that game the other day. Don't think, Doctor, don't... Oh, I think I'm going to die here. Yeah, oh, ballsack. Right, so, treading more carefully this time. Mario Superstar Saga, as I was saying, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, is an odd one for me, because I really do enjoy that game. I was thinking about playing it the other day, but I think it's literally the only game... Wonderful, we should have 75 at this point, we do. It's the only game I've ever had actually ruined for me by Let's Playing it. In a sense of... it was just an awful, like, it was my first Let's Play, solo Let's Play, didn't really know what I was doing. Here's a fun fact, I didn't edit the videos. I just synced the audio and the video at the beginning, and then just said, yeah, they're probably aligned, I don't want to watch through it again. Render and upload. So they're awful for that reason. I had a whole host of other technical difficulties. They were almost always out of sync. The audio was balanced terribly. And that game's really hard, and I didn't do any kind of practicing at that point, so there was a lot of just bumbling around and stuff, and it was just a really I don't know why I actually continued Let's Playing up there, because it was actually just a rather unpleasant experience, and to the point where it still kind of makes me not want to play it back. Other than that, it's never happened since, which is, I guess, good. Should have 92 at this point when you trigger the old sandcastle. Then, as you'll notice, these ones, or access to these ones suddenly appears. I think you can actually get them before, but I don't. Right, let's quickly run over to the other side. Now, if with a cleverly timed desert wind here, we can actually get a fair bit of advantage rather than running around. I actually don't know if this is really much faster, but as you can see, we need 5, and the final 5 we need are all here. Don't know how much time we've got. Not a great deal. Shit. Right, let's grab all these, and there we go. The star appeared. Oh, good, the star appears on the ground. I thought it appeared at the top here because, well, how much longer have we actually got? Yeah, we had a fair bit. Anyway, let's grab that coin, star, and with that, another milestone achieved. The bedroom is now complete. We have now completed 4 domes with only 2 to go. The garden and the engine room, which is very cool. We are really getting there. It's only going to be another 3 or so episodes, I think, here at this point. Wow, 2 more episodes of actually collecting stars and then 1 more episode of final stuff. You'll see what I mean. Anyway, that obviously, as I say, doesn't leave us many places to go, so let's head up to the Sea Slide Galaxy in the engine room. So here we are in the 3rd mission, the Silver Stars of Sea Slide, and this is a relatively straightforward one. We just need to get over to there by the kind of the star shroom, and by that point, because this is a Hungry Luma one, we need to have gathered 40 what are they called? Star bits. So on with the show and the speeder. Oh, perfect. Just got enough without having to go over there, which is great. You will notice I have got the beast room. It is pretty bloody important that what we do here you have the beast room for. It's not necessary. You can do it without the beast room, but it is hard. Much harder. Definitely. And it's okay, actually. I wouldn't say the beast room is cheating for this, but it certainly makes it go from infuriating to relatively straightforward. So, that black hole up there is the target of our Luma. He forms a tiny version of the Hurry Scurry Galaxy around it. If you remember the Hurry Scurry Galaxy, we had to gather a series of notes from collapsing things on here. This is like that, but harder. Because when we land... Oh, balls. Fuck me already, that's so evil. You will see there is a note on every single one. So you need to successfully touch every platform of the planet without crossing the same area, because you can't really. The beast room helps hugely with this, because you can fly over pretty big distances with it. And you basically just need to get on a straight line, follow that straight line until it completely runs out. You can kind of see through the planet as it gets later to kind of plot your route a little bit better. Sometimes you need to turn around, but it's all, technically speaking, pretty straightforward so long as you've got the beast room. Without it, yeah, it's less good. Oh! Bugger! Oh dear. Well, what was I saying? And as you can see, much like the Hurry Scurry Galaxy, upon completion, the black hole disappears and becomes a star, and naturally, it's quite funny, we can go into quite a cool orbit here. But eventually, gravity drags you in towards the middle and towards the star. Wonderful, one more to do, which is a relatively straightforward one. It's purple coins in the Gold Leaf Galaxy. So, this is, while it looks like a free roam one, this is actually a timed one. And not only is it a timed one, it's a really useful one. And basically, this does what my notes attempt to do, which is it has various checkpoints, at which you have a handy little bee that says, you should have 26 coins by this point, or something like that, which is really nice. We basically have to continue, I think the level was when it rains it pours, the one where you go to the top and fight a cannon-happy mole. It's roughly following bits of that and the bits of the Cosmic Luigi Forest Race, but I guess that's on the same geometry, isn't it? Oh, there's an L down there. How nice. It's always an M, usually. It's always nice to see them throw the old green giant his dues every now and again. So, up here we've got 20 and says, you should have 20 coins. Wonderful, which is really nice. So, am I going to put the speeder on? No, I'm not. Yeah, they're an odd few ones, these last few episodes. And I think it's... I mean, I'll talk about this more in the reflections at the end of the project. But this is the... It's not hugely dragging, but it is feeling very different dynamically... Balls. Oh, I'm not going to make it in time now. I'm going to kill myself and get back to that point. Yeah, it's just it's a very different energy from the rest of the game, this kind of late game stage, because a lot of what you're doing is there's a lot of like the purple coins in some of the comic missions, which are either on the speeder or entirely off camera. Should have 50 by this point, yeah. And also just then the secret missions often require just like cutting to where I need to be. There's a hell of a lot of moving comets around off camera. I don't just randomly choose the ones I want to do. I have got an order, and sometimes you have to activate the comic bloke 5-6 times before it'll actually put them where you bloody want them to be, which is annoying, and it just means, yeah, there's been a lot more off-camera time, so it is starting, I guess, well, no. Whether a series drags or not is actually not entirely down to off-camera time. I mean, it can be a factor, but not necessarily. Should have 70, and we do. Wonderful. But I think it's just because this has been such a different energy to the rest of the series, which has all been very high energy and constantly doing stuff and quite good, whereas I feel like I never really build up enough momentum in these episodes where I'm cutting quite a lot, and then it means I also end up with ridiculously variable episode lengths. Like, I've had ones be as high as like 30 and as low as 15, just depending on how the timing of whatever I'm doing happens to be, because, like, there are things which sometimes take me ages in practicing, but I do them first try here, so they don't take any of the time I kind of budgeted them for, or you get the reverse of things where I do them easily in practice, but in this, but in the real version I kind of fail in such a way that I kind of keep talking over my failures, and it makes episodes much longer than I've budgeted. Right, should I have 90 here? Yes, got 90, wonderful. Oh, I've got a minute to gather these ones here. Easy, bags of time. So, we're going to conclude the episode after this point. What are we going to be doing next episode? Next episode, we're going to be doing the third of the Dark Trifecta. The 3 evil levels, because we had, what was it? It was purple coin to the battle station, Luigi's purple coins, and the next one's not a purple coin mission, but it is a Daredevil mission, and it's a particularly evil one. So I hope you'll join me next time for that, and then just the remaining few, well, it's going to be 2 more levels, episodes of actual Star Gathering, so I will see you next episode. Thank you very much, and good day.